Greetings all, it's David Fuchsa. I'm going to be doing another AAA map here. This time, we're going to be doing it with World War II, Europe, 1940, second edition rules. And basically what this is, it basically has the French and the other European actors in the World War II scenario, with the Axis and Allies type of theme going with it. For the most part, this is very similar to the Pacific one, except that obviously it's a lot more land-based. There's not a whole lot of, Pacific Ocean that has to be crossed or navigated in this one. So just a couple of things here with like the 2 hit point units required repair, so we're going to turn this off. Scramble rules will actually not have those in effect. The reason I'm turning off the scramble rules and the 2 hit point rules is just because the AI is not really too smart. And for the most part, I'd rather they not, be getting themselves killed. I'm going to turn off the AA casualties because I've never really known that to be, that. I don't really care for much for it. It's going to be changed on capture. Sure, why not? Blah, blah. Alright, let's go with just these changes. And we'll start a local game. So, what's happening in this one? There's, the European actors, and there's also these bunch of neutrals, because in the World War II European scenario, you basically had a lot of these like Axis and Allies pro or against type neutral countries. Like, for example, Spain, I guess it was more or less pro Axis, though they were not actually allied with Germany in the World War II landscape at that time. I guess we'll put on mediums on everyone. And we're actually going to play with the Italians, because I found that if you don't play the Italians, then they really screw up the Germans really early on. So that's why we're going to play with them. So round 1, Germany takes its first turn, and they begin their conquest of France. So here they go. Gonna hit the French there, hit the German or the British naval fleet out there. Gonna hit France on the very first turn because that's what they do. World War II's just started. They invaded Poland. Now they're coming after France because France and Britain both declared war on Germany when they went into Poland. Alright, so as you can see, there's quite a bit of movement. Germans already captured France, and they captured one of the neutral countries that is pro-allies. And then there's also Bulgaria that is pro-Axis, and they just marched into it. They didn't even have to conquer it. They just went in there and got it. To sort of explain a little bit about the game mechanics, right now, Germany's at war with Britain and France is about to get crushed. The USSR is just out there in the east. They're minding their own business for the moment, though they can, eventually declare war, I believe, in 3 or 4 turns, if the Axis don't declare war on them first. The Americans, they're out here in the west. They're just, sitting by, waiting into the war at this point. They, of course, entered the war as soon as Japan went and attacked them. And then, Germany declared war right after that, so it's like, okay, we're at war. So that's not going to happen here, specifically. What's going to happen in this scenario, they'll be able to declare war in like 3 or 4 turns, and we'll assume that the Japanese attacked them. And we lost both those ships there. I find that how this sort of works, the German players don't really do a whole lot of good with their naval force when they have it. They just sort of get destroyed real quick by the Britons. That doesn't really matter. It's not really a game where I have to worry about their navy. Alright, Italians, their turn. So we have basically three options for declaring war on people. We can declare war on the Soviet Union and destroy communism. We can declare war on the United States, or we can declare war on true neutrals and the Mongolians. The Soviet Union will want to be a target that I'll eventually want to go after, but right now we're actually getting more, or Germany's getting more production value by being at peace with them, so we'll wait on that. The neutrals you probably never want to go declare war with, but it's worth knowing that it might serve a purpose if like you declare war on, say, Turkey here, or if I guess if you want to hit Spain or Portugal, or whatever else. All these places, they do give production value like 2s, and yeah, basically you get like production value from some of these neutrals, and that can help you out sometimes. Though, as a word of caution, I probably never want to invade the true neutrals. I found that with Italy, this AI player, what they do is they it hits Switzerland or Spain or somewhere else real quick. So that's why we're playing with them. But Germany's pretty good about not hitting them. They go after the USSR or Britain or whatever else. All right, we're going to take our first turn, and we haven't really begun our campaign to do anything yet. We're just starting our war, and we have our our colonies in Africa at the moment. That's about it. Unit-wise, we'll probably want to make use of like the mech infantry and the armors for a lot of like blitzkriegs and action like that. We'll also want to build up a navy eventually too. But I think what we're going to do our first turn is just build a fighter, just because I like to spend a fighter because that's like what we can purchase right in the first turn there. And much like with like the big world, they Italy had that little pocket of southern France down here. So we're going to take that from France because we're easy opportunistic Italians that like to take the easy stuff. We also want to hit Greece down here probably too. Though it's not really a big thing here in Greece. I could let that go to Germany if I wanted to. Alright, so lots and lots of stuff going on. I probably want to have these guys down here head towards Southern Africa. That's a producing structure for the Britons there, so if we take that out, then great. They don't have any producing structures over here in India, much like they did in Pacific. That's in the East Indian campaign for the Japanese, but not for the European theater, so we're good in that end. We can, just sort of wait for this guy to mosey over and go after him ourselves eventually, but it's not, a priority for us. We'll have these guys hit here. As you can see, there's like a couple of naval fleets out here and all that. I probably want to try and hit one of them if I can. And since I can, we're going to hit here maybe? Yeah, if I hit there, I can land my guy in Holland, Belgium, which is kind of crappy if they decide to hit Holland, Belgium, but hopefully they won't. I'm thinking of what I might do. I could possibly be able to hit up here with 2 fighters and a tank. It's kind of risky to do it, but I could possibly attempt to. Or I could just hit down here and then send those guys up there. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to send these guys up here, and then they can go fly and protect those guys, the bomber up there. I'll drop just these guys here to sort of help out and taking him out. And why not? We'll send the tank as well, just because he's there. Over here, I got these small little Britain fleet down here. Got to deal with it. We could probably send a sub to deal with that. And a carrier, a destroyer, a cruiser, and a fighter can probably be killed by these guys if I'm lucky. That might be quite a bit though. I'm actually sort of thinking about sending these guys over here. I'm just going to back these guys up for now. These guys, like, they probably could attack me, so I just want to hold off on them getting an idea. These guys over here can ferry guys. We can hit Greece maybe on this turn. And I don't see any fighters are in that bomber up there in Normandy, which will probably get hit by Britain, and they have already taken a turn, so I probably don't have to worry about this bomber. Germany will probably kill it, so we don't have to worry about our transports getting attacked by it. So the main thing is that we hopefully kill all this off with these guys here, and then we can start, doing like our invasion of Africa with our troops. All right, let's go with this. So done. Yes. We'll go with the battle into the sea zone. I had a bad shot there. He only lost, or yeah, actually didn't lose the carrier. They take 2 hits to die, so he's just damaged. He got a couple big hits in. Actually, I'm coming out a big loser here. Let's just retreat, and we'll just retreat him up there. That kind of sucks. I only damaged that carrier, and he might be able to attack me back now if he so desires. Or he might come over here and attack me over there. Okay, that's gone. Big misses there. Ow. There we go, we got it. So we take out that lonely troop up over there. There's a couple troops down here, and the rest are all over here in Egypt. I'm gonna have to worry about South Africa a little bit if they start producing stuff there, but we'll have to see if it's smart enough to do that or prioritizes, protecting it. Okay, that's dead. And Greece falls. Look at that! They didn't have to have any trouble taking out Greece. Good old Italians. Alright, well, we took out Tunisia. And then we took out France. Southern France. Alright, these guys are going to go up here. And the bomber, he'll jump over there in Holland. I'm putting those fires up there to protect the bomber. I probably should have sent him down here to, help out over there, but hopefully we won't lose our Mediterranean fleet to the Britons down there. I can't really do him a whole lot right now, so we're just going to place this guy in Southern Italy and turn it over. And by the way, there's objectives, by the way. So, and it's also like the blockade thing. This is like the first time you see it. What's happening here is these guys are in a blockade zone down here, I believe. These Britain forces, and they're actually blockading me and damaging my ability to get stuff from Libya. I think that's how blockades work. I haven't really seen it before myself, so I lost 1 to blockades because that's what Libya produces, and I only got 16 total. All right, and France is actually going to try and hit me. I didn't expect them to do that. I lost my bomber, but I kept my fighter. Completely forgot about France being able to, act. But more or less, the France has been crushed from now. They only got a few troops now, and destroyer in South Africa Peak oceans down there, and the troops in Britain, of course. A little bit of look at stats right now. So, true to Axis and Allies form, the Allies are outproducing us, the Axis, quite a bit. But we have a lot more total unit value than them right now. And we're not necessarily at war with anyone, with Russia or America, for that matter, either. The United States is just over there, just chilling. And they're going to attack me over here, so we lost a sub. I missed. I lost him. I missed again. Somehow the carrier healed. Oh yeah, I didn't set the thing to heal. It doesn't need a harbor to repair in this one. All right, well, I've got 2 fighters and a cruiser and a completely healed carrier now to worry about. That's a bit of a nuisance. All right, let's see here. What am I going to do? I actually lost a lot of my air power already, which is not a good thing to have happen because I could have used it myself. I think what we want to do, I'll note that he can hit me from there, by the way. He's got 1, 2, 3 spots, or 1, 2, 3 spots ready to get over to my ships over here. I actually want to build up a bit of defenses for an attack from him. I want to probably go with submarines, I guess. And 2 submarines. I'll build mech infantry. Alright, so combat moves. So at this point, they've more or less killed my sub, and they're sitting there next to their harbor, which will let them, go free movement speed. I want to be very careful of those guys over there. So I might want to send my transports, sort of down this direction a little bit. Actually, you can hit me anywhere in the Mediterranean here, except for over here. This might be a bit risky, but let's drop all these guys in here. Actually, no, let's not drop them all. Let's just drop 3 and I'll bring the tank over. We're just going to drop these guys in Syria. This is a little bit early, getting all the way over in this direction, but if I drop them over here, I can actually pick up the 3 guys here because this is proactive. You'll see how that works in a little bit if they don't get attacked. And we gotta worry about these guys over here too. I can't reach those, but this might be sacrificing, the ships I'm about to build. Send those guys right there. Or you know what? Let's actually undo that. I'm gonna just send this guy to guard against that thing. I'll build this thing, and hopefully he won't attack me over there. That'll be what I'll go for. I think what we're gonna do this time, though, we're gonna attack up in this direction. Because I got all my guys over here, I can hopefully kill all that just with those troops there. And this guy came up, so we can hopefully kill him. So there's like a French troop out there, and these couple troops down here. If I manage to take this out, then there's not a big problem. I guess produce guys out in South Africa and just go from there. But he can, outproduce a few infantry, and then I'll be like a stopgap my troops down there from hitting him. I won't be able to stop him. I suppose we'll just move these guys this way. You guys that way. Gotta remember I have this fighter, so let's send you down here. I actually didn't start this too well. I've had a really poor start. We pretty much lost all our infantry, but for the most part, I'm actually doing really well at crushing this stuff over here, so I'm not too bad, too ashamed of that. Let's drop you there, or can you fly? Nope, can't fly that far. Let's go there. Hopefully he doesn't decide to attack me over there with those fighters. Usually don't do that though, the CPUs. Let's place this in northern Italy, actually. I want to know something about Italy, by the way. I haven't really been showing off the sort of, factory production, but you'll actually notice that in this one, France has, like, production in, like, all 3 of its, like, places over here. In Italy, its main production is in northern Italy. They would also have, the ability to produce stuff in its capital, southern Italy. which is kind of odd. I mean, the big producing state for Italy, it's just above it, not its actual capital. This is opposed to, say, like Germany over here, which has, well, this is like equal for them, more or less. Over here, Russia, they have their main producing place in Moscow. Britain's like, mainly producing here, not in Scotland. America's just massive producing in either place, but they got more they can get from their main place right there. Italy's a bit of the oddball with, Southern Italy being a bit weaker. I've always noticed that, but whatever, I guess. Alright, we got a few more IPs that time around. And France decided to conquer Tunisia back. No big worries. Looks like the Germans are going to try and kill those destroyers. And they killed them all right, easily enough. He's actually going to build a naval fleet, apparently, or try to. I'll note, this is actually one of the few games I got in game maps where Germany can actually start build a naval fleet up in like the Northern Atlantic, just because they have it so like Denmark is kind of like, if you hold Denmark, it blocks off access to the sort of outlet right next to Germany where they build their ships. You have to worry about the Russians, but that's just Russia. Oh, well, there's something they can do. They're attacking the pro-Axis there. I would have liked to take those troops myself, but... Well, they did a fairly good job, beating them back there a little bit. Alright, so at this point, apparently the Americans are now at war with us. So they've entered the war. We have to worry about them now. I think that's on Mac, I'm not sure, but America's at war with us now. They actually moved their stuff out of there, so you know what? We actually have an opportunity, so to speak. Oh, there's destroyers there, but whatever. I can, sort of take advantage of the fact that they sort of moved his guys away from Gibraltar. If I take out Gibraltar, they can't come into the Mediterranean. I have to worry about them over here, obviously, but they can't bring their stuff down in here into the Mediterranean if I take Gibraltar from them, so that's something I want priorities doing. Alright, done. Let's actually build a carrier and an infantry. So we'll do that. And I'm actually thinking about attacking here, but well, I guess I could probably pull off an attack right there, actually. I got this guy over here, so maybe. Okay, that's a little bit too far away because he's in an airport, sadly. You can attack this guy, though, with the help of the subs. And we're just going to send these guys over here. Let's actually dump them right actually over here, actually. Send you that way. Send those guys there. Also note that there's like this island Malta right here, by the way, in the Mediterranean. I never really noticed it, being too important. Much like Crete and Cyprus, they're just sort of in there for sake of being in there. There's nothing too important about them specifically. I think they probably serve some role, perhaps. Let's go with over here. I'm actually thinking about attacking Tunisia, but I might be sacrificing artillery to do it, so I might just, go like this. This will bring my guys over to here to Egypt, capture that from those guys. And also blocks this, destroyer from being able to attack me as well if I somehow fail or have problems with it. And he's got, I think he built an infantry down there, so that might be a bit of a worry. Sadly. I would have liked to send my bomber down there to sort of help, just to guarantee that I'd be able to crush it, but whatever. As I said, I had a poor start, and it's really showing. So this might be a difficult game for me. Or a long game, rather. And I failed to hit him. No, I got him. Oh, he got my sub. I missed there, though. Alright, well, we took out Iraq. It's too bad that he sort of, attacked it with those troops, but whatever. That sometimes happens. I don't think there's any more pro-Axis left, but I guess to sort of describe you a little bit about what these pro-Axis and pro-Allied countries are like. Basically, a pro-Allied country like Brazil or Erie or the Northwest Persia or whatever else, these places say pro-Allies under them. How it works is they're like your enemy sort of countries. They support the Allied cause, but they're not directly actually allied to them. But if like an Allied force just drops like an infantry or a tank or some other ground force into these places, they'll actually transfer whatever troops they had defending that place to the Allied faction, and if they generate any IPCs, they'll be generated for the Allies at that point. So they're actually kind of important, these like pro-Allies and pro-Axis places. Much like this pro-Axis place, if it had troops, it would have given me those troops to use against the Britons or whatever else, but whatever, I lost that because they attacked them. There's still, I guess, a few troops around. Like, what you might see is you'll see America drop maybe an infantry or two down here, and they'll get 3 more because Brazil's got 3 to offer them. And we'll probably see that later. We're going to drop these guys here. I'm thinking, actually. I'm actually going to drop this guy here, actually. I think. Can he go? No, he can't go that far. I want to sort of send him down to, down here as quickly as possible, but can't do it just yet. Okay, we're done. Oh, keep moving. I forgot I conquered that, so you know what? We're actually going to drop him back there as I expected I would have. Oh well. Alright, done. We'll place our carrier right here, and infantry right there. And we actually got some of our objectives done. So if you control Iraq or Persia or Northwest Persia, Italians met a national objective and they get a little bit more PU for it. Roman Empire, if the Italians met a national objective, I think that's basically controlling what was the old Roman Empire. So over here where I guess Carthage was, maybe it was Tunisia, I can't remember. Egypt, they control Italy and Greece and all this stuff over here. If I control down there like Gibraltar when I get around to it, I'll make like the 3rd national objective. But for now, we got this one for holding the Mediterranean, I guess. I'll probably note at this point that France is technically a player in this game, but it's not really. It's just a faction, so to speak, that just sort of gets its ass kicked, and then it becomes kind of like China. It's got resistance to it when you manage to liberate it for the first time for the Allies. Though it's hard to liberate for sure. It's right next to West Germany, France, so they can easily push troops in there to conquer it again. Russia's just going to, lounge around. America, they'll probably start sending troops over now, which will be a bit of a nuisance. As the Axis, you want to, be conquered as much as possible, or in the case of Germany, building up as much as possible. He's going to drop those guys. One United Kingdom. Oh, he's coming that way. There's Gurney. So yeah, the Americans have a fairly impressive naval fleet. Oh, I don't think I can hit South Africa now. That's too bad. Alright, we're gonna build 2 fighters. And we're gonna build some infantry, I think. Alright, so combat move. We're actually getting a lot more, pursuing power now to, complete some of my objectives. I'll note that the objectives are, pretty much as you can probably guess they are. No allied ships, Gibraltar, Egypt, Southern France, Greece. I guess we already had that one. You just had to control 3 of them. We have to get Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Tobruk, and Alexandria, like for the other, Roman Empire type of objective. And then there's the one for us to stuff out here. Alright, I want to drop a tank in here and 3 of these guys. We're actually going to drop all these guys over here right on top of Gibraltar. And the purpose for doing this is just to sort of, prevent the Britons from being able to liberate it real quick. And that'll actually also prevent them from being able to march in here as easily as they could. Out here is not a whole lot left to worry about. I'm going to send this guy just to sort of, march over here and take what he can. Do that on his lonesome. These guys can go in here. Note that you have to control both these to go through there. Which I can't at the moment, but oh well. We're actually going to back these guys off. I'll gather some troops and then we'll go down there and, a bit more force. That's what I'll be thinking about doing here. I'll leave those guys there, I think. There's not a whole lot for me to do, and it's just because I had a really poor start. If I had like more piercing, probably would have had more units to throw around, but not doing that well. Britain got its fleet out of there. Germany really hasn't started its conquest yet. They're actually kind of slow in starting conquest. I find that Italy does a lot of declaring war on this for some reason. Anyhow, let's just say done. We're going to attack the Belgian Congo, Transjordan. So you take out those French troops there. There's only a couple now left over there, the destroyer and then the guys there. That's it for France. They've only got that left. I basically want to get these guys to go. I can't, land there, those guys there, but oh well. These guys will come down and hopefully I can go after there soon. Build a couple of these guys here. We're actually building on Northern Italy. There's no point in building it Southern Italy. Build those there. France moves away their destroyer. Wow, they're sending a lot of destroyers and other stuff to go kill the Britons out there. I pulled off. Well, they damaged them. Sadly, the AIs don't really account for damage too well, I think, with 2 damaged units. Or she's just ferrying his units around like a madman. You'll notice this a lot, by the way, with Russia. Before you declare war on them in this map, the AI will send this stuff all over the place. Randomly. There's no rhyme or reason to what it does, it moves them randomly. Same with Germany too. They'll send their guys around as well, quite a bit. They're actually building a fairly decent naval fleet up there too. Alright, he's sending those guys down there. He's going to take Brazil. So, you know this guy's got like a car and an infantry down there. He's now got free infantry in the car. Because he picked up the free infantry in Brazil. So that's basically how that works. The sort of, pro-allies or pro-axis, they'll give, more to their factions if they conquer it. And it lost that to Britain. Those destroyers. Alright, what am I going to do? I actually think we should build more transports and other stuff. Cruisers, submarine, a mech infantry, and a regular infantry. Do all that. Combat move. I don't really have to worry about hitting me yet. So you know what we might just do? We're just going to not completely reinforce Gibraltar just yet. We're going to wait a bit. We hit these guys with the artilleries and infantry all over the place here. These guys could drop in and help out. I don't have to leave these guys directly on top of there, so we can drop them back. I could actually hit that destroyer if I want to, because this is a harbor apparently. You can conquer that. He actually did a dumb move and actually sent guys out though. I think what we're going to do is we're going to divide and conquer. Kill that destroyer, just get out of the way so I don't have to worry about France's shenanigans while they're, lounging around and dying. You know what, let's just send that up there. You can go down this way. Send you that way, maybe? Now let's see what's enough. So done. Yep, we're going to naval bombard, so that's a thing. Missed twice. He missed. Missed twice. He missed. We hit him. And because it was a sub that hit him, he didn't get to attack again. Britain lost his 2 troops there. Kind of lost mine, which kind of sucks, but oh well. The main thing is to take out before they produce too much, right? So it's more or less fine. Those guys go there. That's looking fairly decent, so done. So because this is a producing structure, I can produce stuff here. We're just going to drop those guys right there. We'll drop these guys right here. There's only 2 more countries before I get my last objective out of the way. And the Germans decide to attack the true neutrals and Mongolians, so they're now at war with us. And I went after the Soviets too. But this is, I consider this a really stupid thing because what happens at this point, the Germans have to attack Sweden to get like one of their natural objectives up there out of the way. And the AI isn't necessarily smart to do that. They also, what happens, you know how I was like, going on about like in Brazil, those free troops that the Americans got just when they dropped those their troops on top of it. Now that any places like Sweden or 6 or anywhere else like that, those troops can also go to the Allies. That's one of the negatives of declaring war of them. There is some benefit to declaring war on true neutrals, but there's a lot of negatives to it as well. And I think we're going to get our ass kicked because Germany's not really set up to attack the Russians just yet. Neither am I, for that matter. I consider that a stupid AI move. Well, outside of the fact that Germany stupidly attacked Sweden and the rest of the true neutrals, it more or less looks, kind of like the original big world map. We got like, Italy sort of over here and in Greece. They were sort of stuck in Africa over here, but they sort of conquered down here now. America's conquered, Brazil because they were able to. We're at war with Russia. I think this is a fairly good stopping point. So you know what? Let's say this is the the first episode for the European theater, and we'll see how it goes.